All the streets,
all the streets, back street, front street,
the back street, the fence, everywhere.
Okay, real East Side. So my East Side family, y'all check in. I got the real one in here. This ain't the carbon copy. This the real one. Y'all heard what she said now.
All the streets.
All the street, back street, the fence, the block, the crest, all that. Spring Valley, Nelly B, Cone Drive, Vine.
Henry, East Brown,
Baker,
yeah.
Holler at her, man. You know what I mean? But let's go ahead. Okay, Tip. So Tip, with you being what year did you they voted you? When did you get voted in being commissioner for Clark County District 3?
So the election was this past May.
May 22.
Yeah.
Okay.
May 22. So I was elected May the 24th. Okay. And right after that, I went into sort of like a new orientation. So I got to meet, all of the heads of the different departments that run Clark County. And what I will say,
you meant the infrastructure.
Yeah.
You meant the inside.
I did. And so what I came to realize, or that I'm realizing, is that it's one thing to be from somewhere. Okay. It's a different thing to know how it's ran.
Okay.
And once you realize or start paying attention of how it's ran, like deep within, like knowing who's on the boards, you have to know the people that the decision makers. You have to know who the decision makers are, because the decision makers affect our daily lives, whether we think it or not. There's a lot of boards that I didn't even know exist until I, ran. And it's so crazy to run. Like, I still feel like I'm just me. I still go to the dollar store.
Okay.
And
that's being real. Yeah. That is what people gravitate to by you being Tip Taylor. You know what I mean? That is why I got you here, because you the real one. You know what I mean? You will see Tip at the Dollar General. You will see her at Walmart. She's a people person. She's someone you can reach out and touch and talk to her when you reach out and see her. You know what I mean? She for the city, by the city, homegrown. You know what I mean? And she represents for the side of town where she from. You know what I mean? So what else I want to ask you? Shit. Damn, I had a line on me. I shouldn't have took them 2 shots of liquor. Swear I shouldn't have, man. That shit right there. I took 2 shots of Patron, so if I'm a little slow, y'all work with me. You know what I mean? It's what it is. I'm drinking a Coke, trying to get my mojo back together. You know what I mean? But it be all good. Dude. But yeah, Tip, okay. Now, you got to be the commissioner in May. And so do you got an office downtown? How do they operate? You operate out the house?
So I operate out my house.
Okay.
Really out of my car. So, when you're working in the community anyway, you always on the go.
Okay.
When you want to make a change, it's not just, something that you do overnight. Like it's a constant, it's a daily thing. You have to go into places, that you're not necessarily comfortable in going. You have to be uncomfortable if you want to make change. Change is not comfortable.
So you don't mind getting
uncomfortable. I am.
Okay, stop right there. Boom. Before we go any further, I always do this shit on my thing. Exactly what is your job duties? Like, what are you, what are your duties? What do they expect? What do we expect for the commissioner to do? What is your job? What do you do? What like Tip did that?
So
what can we point at as people who voted you in? What can we point at and be like, my girl Tip did that? She did. So what are you responsible for as being the commissioner? What are you responsible for?
We make policies.
Okay.
And what I mean by that, I mean like how we use the land and what we use the land for, and housing and revenue, how all of the taxes that we pay, how there's all of that with all of the money that we generate within the county, how do we distribute this money across the board fairly? And it ties back to knowing who you vote for. Because you want to have somebody in that spot that's saying, hey, if this side of town is going to get some funding, then this side of town needs to get the exact same funding, and it needs to show. Not only that, but it needs to be sustainable. You don't need to start something and then within 4 years, 5 years, it's just a memory, right?
Come on, man.
Because it's affecting.
It has to go on and on.
Yeah, it has. It's a daily thing. It's a perpetual thing. It's
so
not
what?
just...
So what? Before you got in there, what we were in a thing where they'll put it down and it'll go boom, 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 and then they'll forget about it. It'll boom back, cut it back down, and then boom, you had to build it back up toward voting time, and boom, boom, and then it go back down, and then what? So what we gonna do about it with you being in charge, Miss Tip the Chain? What are you gonna do?
Well, I want
the real.
I want our community to get involved. One thing that I ran on is community involvement. I want you to know who's representing you. I want you to know what they're doing, what they believe in, what their standards are. I need you to tune in to the mayor and commission meetings. Know what's being built. Know how much taxes is going to come out of our checks because this building is being built. We need people that's going to advocate for us. It doesn't matter what side of town you live on. It doesn't matter if the person that you vote for is white. If that white woman or man has your best interest, their values line up with your values, then vote for them. Because we can't necessarily always say, well, just because they're black, we're going to vote them in. Because I'll tell you, once a black person get in and it's not for them, they'll either fold or they'll cave in. It's easy for me to just go to the other side because the other side, it has benefits instead of sticking with the people. Sometimes you get weird with sticking with the people, but you have to know that you're doing it not just for this generation, but for the generations to come. I'm planting seeds that I may not even get to enjoy the shade of.
But
you know what I mean?
But you plant the seeds so it can grow. You know? And it's on the community and the people to make it grow.
Absolutely.
We the fertilizer.
Absolutely.
We have to pour into it. We have to pour into it. We have to make our voices heard. We have to show up. We have to show up to everything. We have to encourage our brothers and sisters to go out and vote. You know what I mean? We have to show up to the community meetings. We have to know what they're doing in our neighborhoods when they're getting ready to rebuild, when they're getting ready to tear down, and what displacement looks like for me and my family. Because if being displaced isn't fun. Being kicked out on the street isn't fun. No. And what we see now is that we have families that are living in extended stays that's, reaching out to our local homeless shelters for shelter. And it shouldn't be like that. And the first thing people want to holler, well, we won 2 national championships. Well, a lot of people lived here when we hadn't had one. You understand exactly.
me?
You hear my girl. You hear my girl.
So we just have to be, we just can't continue to go along to get along, because you're getting up every day, you're working, gas is high, eggs is high, milk is high, you know what I mean? And then they want to make you go over hoops and loops and bounds to get assistance and benefits. You work, you should be able to get assistance and benefits just like a mother that doesn't work. It shouldn't be a double standard. And then on top of that, with our children, our recreation centers need to be open. They need to be function. They need to have homework programs. I understand literacy programs. We need our children to read and to get tutoring and help with homework. I mean, if our youth are gonna grow, it's going to have to be because we put in the work. We made the sacrifices, and that goes into pouring into our neighborhood. Let's not wait for the local government to say we're going to give us some money. We all can get some money to go and watch somebody put some gloves down. We should be able to put some money in to have a family day and be able to sponsor our children recreations, whether it's basketball, whether it's football, whether it's dancing, whether it's poetry, whether it's stomp, whatever it is, whatever is pouring into our children, we need to make a conscious effort to be there. Reach out to the nonprofits that's out here doing the work. Volunteer, sow a seed, donate. You know what I mean? Enroll your child into these programs, because there are a lot of black people that have passion that wants to pour into your children.
So would you say a lot of your passion that you do, the work that you doing and the work that you gonna do, your passion come from being from the east side too?
It absolutely does.
It does.
It absolutely does.
So you're one of them little girls running around talking about, if I could change, if I could do this,
yes.
if I could do that,
yes.
if I could do this.
You know what? I was one of those girls that said, you know what? When I grow up, I'm going to do this, that, and the third.
And you doing it.
And I'm doing it. And you know what I mean? I have memories. So right now, I live on the same street that I grew up on.
Okay.
So I have a house up the street from where I grew up.
Okay.
And it's so crazy because I have the memories of running up and down the street and walking from there to Nellyby or to Eastwood Court. You know what I mean? And so now my children are walking to the gym and they're playing at the gym just like me and my cousins did. Okay. And so all of Athens is beautiful. I'm not the only, so I have memories of the east side, but I have friends that have the same memories, but on the west side.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And
that's how it goes.
Yes. Man. And so Athens is one, and all of us, we should feel united. We shouldn't feel divided because we're all going through the same thing. The same gas is high on the west side and the east side.
So what do you have planned in the future right now for the community? What are some of the events or things that you got planned for the community that you're gonna put together this summer? What do you got coming?
So in April, I am hosting a town hall. And so the town hall will have all of our representatives, our House representatives that represent us here in Athens, mainly on the east side because that is my district. But if you live in Athens and you want to come out, it's April the 15th. It's from 12 to 2 and it'll be held at the Iron Triangle. And you'll be able to ask
y'all know
the
Iron Triangle.
You
that's
know
the
east
side.
Triangle.
That's the east side. That's the top side and the low side. You know, probably be on the top side.
It's going to be at the top side.
Be on the top side. So y'all show up and show out and, you know, participate. Be great. You know what I mean? And tip the change, here to change shit up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The real way. You know what I mean? And she one of us. You know what I mean? That's one of us.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the so you know you should feel good like I feel good about this. You know what I mean? We got somebody who for us, by us, in there.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So let me see what else I want to ask you, Tip. 2 shots. Don't forget I took 2 shots of Tron, so give me a minute, man. Even sweating under the cap a little bit, but it gets old, you know, the real one. Okay, Tip. So talk about your family a little bit. Do you got kids?
So I have 5 children. I have 4 boys and 1 girl.
Okay.
Yeah. So Daniel, Jacob, Shamari, and Nehemiah. Daniel's 15, Jacob will be 14, 8, 7, and 1. And my life is so blessed. It is so hectic. It is, you know, I'm a teen mom. So I had Daniel 1 month before I turned 20.
Okay.
And, you know, I've learned a lot. Being a parent, and that's
grown.
Yeah, so
grown.
That's also, you know, and I made, you know, my young mistakes as a young mom. Okay. And so I say all of my children, each of my children got a different mom because I had each of them in different stages of my life. And so a lot of the stuff that Daniel and Jacob, because they're so close in age, may have experienced as me being a young mom.
Okay.
My second set did it, and then see, Nehemiah is only 1, so this is the only mom that he'll know, right? So he wouldn't know the mom, you know, that Daniel and Jacob. No, you know, he don't know that.
No, he don't know mom. He don't know that mom. Yeah, man, they let you know, man, everything real, man. Everything real. But I ain't gonna hold y'all up. I just wanted my boo to stop through, chop it up, make sure y'all know that we got somebody on the inside for by us. This is 3 Commissioner Miss Goddamn
Tiffany the Change.
Taylor,
so follow me.
Taylor May. How can they get in touch with you and get on your contact, baby?
Okay, so on Facebook, I'm Tiffany the Change. That's TEHACHANGE. Instagram is the same. Those are the only 2 platforms, honey. I'm still old school.
All right, well, y'all chop it up with my girl whenever you see her out, man. I ain't gonna hold her. She got a lot of shit to do. She actually took out time. I'm gonna give y'all some real shit because I'm gonna keep it 100. She my fucking cousin, okay? So I pulled a string or two. She pulled a string or two, and she said she gonna come in and sit in. She even with her husband and all the above. She stopped through, showed old Major little love, and I appreciate you, cuz, for coming through. I love you. I wish you the best. I'll be through. Y'all chop it up with the one who chop it up with you, man.
That's
Tip
right.
the change, man. District 3 commissioners, you came through on the real one. It's a short segment today because it was strictly business. This ain't no poppy talky type today. We just kicking it all the way flavorful with Tip the Change. Give y'all 20 minutes a game. But y'all go back, reshare it, share it. Love it, like it, send some hearts, get in touch with Tip. You want some change, and she on the east side, and she's readily available for all of y'all. So I love y'all. Stay blessed. The real one. And I'm out. Short and sweet. And this the Tip the Change.
Oh.
Bye. 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 Bye.
How much that bitch is? My little boy so smart. He can read. $7.
I wrote my youngest daughter's Squirrel Baby.
Throw your book.
Mm-hmm.
Give me one.
Yeah, I support it.
Yeah, I'm buying all that shit.
You
can't read, nigga. It's for my boy Mason. Huh? How we do, bro?
You did good.
They good?
Yeah, you good.
Look good?
Uh-huh.
Short and sweet?
Short and sweet.
To the point, nobody dragging. I know you pulled that.